20 was lovely. 30 was dirty. Real dirty. But the real glory is after 40. I am Dr. Manhattan, and this is 40 by Nature. Welcome back. For those that tuned in to the previous season, we are now on a new network, LDN TV, the home of Facts Unfiltered, the home of Angie's Way, the home of Juicy Topics, the home of a whole lot of content that's coming out this year. Buckle up, y'all. For those who are tuning in for the first time, though, let me school you to my level of foolishness of what we do over here. So basically, in our 20s and our 30s and just growing up, period, we did a lot of foolishness and wild stuff. At least speaking for myself anyway. And I thought it was everything in the world or the end of the world when it was neither. Until you hit 40 and you look back and realize, man, I was on some BS back in the day, bro. And we laugh at yourself. That's what we're here to do. We're here to laugh at ourselves. And for now, you can laugh at me. I have a million stories. I'm going to be transparent. So we're going to have a lot of fun. This season, you can laugh at me. Next season, we're going to have you call in so we can laugh at you. But anyway, let's go. We ready?
Definitely, bro. Let's get it.
We ready? All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with not my job. I had some crazy jobs through the years, man. Wild jobs that I said I'd never do. One rule I learned growing up, early, never say what you won't do. Never say what you'll never do, man. I swear, back in the day, allegedly, I had some shitty jobs, right? Literally, theoretically, symbolically, a real shitty job. Let's start with one, right?
All right.
A real shitty job. The Porta John Don. Let's start with the Porta John Don. Now, this job was my worst nightmare, but my greatest accomplishment. But it felt like the best thing ever at the time because I was getting money. See, when you got your mind on the money, you might slip and do something and just stay with it. That's why you gotta map your plan, right? If you write it down, you map a plan where you're gonna go, you gotta stay on it. Because if you don't, how many times have we say, yo, I got this plan, this is what I want to do, I'm gonna do it next year. But I'm gonna work this job right here, right now, and until I stack, and then I'm gonna go do this. What happens is you stack some money, you begin to up your lifestyle, now you're locked into the shitty gig. And you can't get away from it because now you need the money. And you never get back on course to where you were trying to go. That's what happened to me, and that's just why I call it my worst nightmare, but my greatest accomplishment, right? So back in the day, real quick, I'm gonna roll it up. I'm not gonna be long-winded here.
Wait a minute. You gotta explain the Porta John Don. Like
I was trying to dance around it. I was trying to figure out a way to polish it, man.
Right now, I'm just saying. I don't know what that is, so we got.
You know, I said I was gonna be transparent. You right.
Right.
I was trying to get fly, but I got to be realistic here. You know what I'm saying? God is watching. We got the kids watching. All right, so check this out. The Porta John Don, right? So have you ever been construction sites, getting work done on your house? Those portable toilets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Al, come on.
Yeah,
the portable toilets. Yeah, I used to clean those, dog. I used to clean them. I cleaned the Porta Johns. Have you ever pulled up? I know you haven't. But have you ever pulled up on a shorty at the light and you try to holler at her and you go, what's up, shorty? Shorty, what's good, man? Yo, roll your window down, pull over. And she be like looking at you like, all right. And then she look back and see a toilet strapped to your truck. She's out of here so quick. I got no play on the road. When they saw me in the truck, it was a wrap.
Right.
Anyway, basically, we'll go into the shady record deals. I thought I was going to be a huge rap star, and it didn't work out. I partied too much. I collapsed, hit the concrete face first, had to get George Wyatt, everything. Before that, I was doing customer service. Well, can't talk on the phone to the customer with your George Wyatt up, is what I'm saying. So I had to try to find a job after short-term disability ran out. I had to find a job where I didn't have to talk. So my mans was coming through. I knew he drove trucks. He would have the fly cars, always had the money. We'd be at the strip clubs. I'm not going to say the names till they kick in bread to the network. We don't do no free promotion around here at the 40, you know. But he would go to clubs. He would have money. So I said, what do you do? He said, yo, I got you. First thing Monday, I'm going to take you to my job, put you in the game. I said, bet. We pull up. He pulls up. I hop in. We go to the spot. We pull into some junkyard with like 3,000 toilets lined up against the wall. So I said, okay, this ain't what he was talking about. He just need to make a piss stop. He must need to use the bathroom.
Wait a minute, he didn't explain it to you before
He didn't tell me nothing.
You just said, I got you.
He was like, I got you. I'm thinking truck driver. I'm thinking the Walmart truck, Publix.
Right.
Something. I didn't know he was driving toilets around the town. I didn't even know that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? I was oblivious. Right. So anyway, we pull in. So he's like, yo, come inside. I'm going to put you in the game. I said, I'm not coming in there. This can't be what you're talking about. He said, oh yeah, you coming in, let me show you this. He reaches in the pocket, he pulls out his last pay stub. That joint has so many zeros on it. That's why I said never say what you won't do for money. I was sold on the spot. I said, you know what? Looked at the check, I said, maybe it's not that bad after all. We'll try it out. Do a little trial run. At least get me a first check, then I'll quit. I go in there, I'm driving. Now, at this point, I'm 6 months in. I'm driving. Now, check it. For those that ever see people with the Porta John trucks, don't ever judge. Ladies, you want a man that makes some money? Now, you may need to have the shower running when he gets home because he may smell like the things he services. But have that shower ready for him, some nice colognes. It's definitely worth the investment of your time, ladies, because they get money. You get big time salary, like master's degree money. You know what I'm saying? Off top. Then you run your route, you get that money. But after your route, if you pump additional toilets, I know it sounds harsh, but see where I'm going here, L. You pump additional toilets, and it's $4 at the time, which I know it's more, $4 extra for every toilet you do. So say if you take on some extra jobs on the weekend, you go to some extra sites. For me, it was, Renaissance Festival. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
so, you know what I'm saying? A festival. So they had like 200 toilets on the sites. You had to drive around and pump them. I know it doesn't sound glorious to you brothers. You know what I'm saying? To my brothers out there, my young brothers, man, they like, that's not something I want to do, but I want you all have the hustler mentality. That's what I love about young people. You got the hustler mentality. You see vision. So let me put you onto the vision, right? You got the toilet. But if you pull on a place like Renaissance Festival, they have people that live behind the scenes, which means septic tanks, which means you can cut side deals, allegedly, and bring in some cash that the company may not know about. Now, I don't know. I never did it, but I heard that people might have done it back in the day. But anyway, getting to it. I'm about a year in. I done raised my lifestyle. Now I don't want to quit. You know what I'm saying? If I want to holler at a shorty, I know the game now. I would pull up at Greenbrier, park in the back of the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Throw a jacket over the top of it. Change my uniform in the bathroom and walk through the mall, you know what I'm saying, flashing jewels and all that. Then I'll go back to the shit truck. You feel me? They won't know.
Yo, you wasn't smelling like shit when you was in the mall?
I mean, I OD with the cologne, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I think the cologne drowned out, you know what I'm saying, the bathroom smell, you know what I mean?
So you think?
They didn't care. They gave me the number anyway.
Like, you smell like
and
shit,
they loved it.
I'm gonna give my number.
They love him. They was like, he's it. He's the one, and I believed it. You know what I mean? I smell like money. That's what I smell at the time. So
smell like old
transparency. Y'all don't judge.
You smell like old shooting dice money.
Smell like ass cracking, back of the neck rubs behind the ear.
Old dirty stripper money.
Yo, that's another show. We're gonna touch on some of that later. Right. Strip Club Confessions.
All right,
episode coming this season.
Go ahead.
Foul, yo. He's judging.
I'm not judging, but go ahead.
So basically, anyway, I've been doing this for a long time until it reached its peak. So just putting some logic and we put some good humor on it, but I'm gonna put a real good spin on it about how life is. The universe is undefeated, and sometimes when God realizes that you ain't on your job, yo, this idiot ain't gonna never get it together. I'm trying to show him something, what not to do. And he's just thinking that's the move and he's going to do that and use it. So sometimes you get smacked. If you rock too long in the wrong direction, the universe will spank your ass, spank that ass, and put you on punishment. And that's what it did for me. So the finale was this. I was off. I got off early on a Friday. They were like, hey, we have another job for you. It's going to pay good. We'll pay you double incentive. I'm like, oh, word? Downtown Atlanta. So I said, bet. I didn't ask where it was or what it was until it was time to go down there. All I did was eyeball the route sheet. It said the Woodruff Art Center. I'm thinking it's at the MARTA station or something. I'm like, cool. They said just service the toilets, hang around as they use them, service the toilets. Real quick, what service the toilets means, just so Elle can roast some more. And I was nice. That's why, shout out to my Porta Johns out there, but let me tell you why I was the Don. I was the mayor of Porta Johns in Atlanta. When I don't care what you do, be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? If you a bum, be the best bum. And I embodied that mindset. You know what I'm saying? I did. What I say about servicing the toilets means you will pull up on a toilet. A lot of times it's a construction site and you can smell it as you pull up in the summertime. What you got to do is, I had it mastered. I propped the door open. You got to put the smell good in the bucket and then you hit the roof with it. You got to throw it hard. Boom. It comes down. Everything comes out. Then you come in with the pump. See, where a lot of dudes get it twisted, they come in pumping right away. See, I'm too clean for something like that. You know what I'm saying? I had to find a way to have some kind of smell good going on in the midst of all the shitty times. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's what I mean by servicing. Servicing means as they use them, you keep them fresh. They use them, they come out, you pump it. Back to the story. Scatterbrain. But anyway, I get down there, I pull up, I'm looking to the right. In the art center downtown, I'm looking towards the MARTA stations. I don't see the toilets. I look left. Here's the catch about that look left for me, right? It was about 60 toilets lined up in front of a dorm, in front of a school. The school was the same art school that I graduated from 3 years earlier. And they sent, and I volunteered. As you're gonna see, the theme of my life and shitty jobs, I volunteered for them. I volunteered to go and pump toilets and clean bathrooms in front of the same college that I graduated from 3 years earlier for the new graduating class. Yeah, that was the universe spanking that ass, dog. I stood out there. I sat in the truck for about 10 minutes. I was in denial. I was like, yo, I ain't doing this. I'm out of here. I thought about the money. So I said, you know what? It's dark outside. I just play it low key. I threw my hood on. I'm out there. It's blazing hot. But I got the hoodie on. But I jump out the truck. I service the toilets. I jump back in the truck. Now, the humble mind at that point would just keep a low profile. You know, understand, thank God for the blessing. You know what? God just taught me something. He told me, he sent me here to not lose sight on my goals and just remind me of the bright future that I potentially could have had until I made all these bad decisions. But you know my dumb ass, right? I looked at it as, you know what? Not all blessings. I'll put it this way. Sometimes how people put people in your lives so you can learn things about yourself and feel blessed. Well, I looked at it as maybe people also get put in your lives to learn why you ain't gonna be blessed neither. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was I was standing there and service the toilets as the graduates would come out and their parents and they use the bathrooms, and I was like, I'm gonna catch somebody slipping. I'm gonna be nice to everybody and have nice dialogue and bait someone into creating an environment within the conversation that will allow me to tell you I went to the same school. Yeah, you think you all that, but you ain't going nowhere neither. And I caught one, man. I caught a young brother. He came out. I said, man, congratulations on your graduation, man. What's your major? What'd you go to school for? He said, graphic design. You know what I'm saying? Popped his collar. I said, okay. I said, man, I went to school for the same thing. Got my degree in graphic design also. He said, really? Where'd you go? I pointed right there. He looked, his face dropped. His mouth dropped. He couldn't believe it. And right in that moment when I should have gave a motivational speech to the young man to give him a symbol of a possible bright future for himself, what did I do? I said, I don't know, man. I was mad nice with the graphics. You know what I'm saying? Top of my class. So, I mean, I guess unless you top of your class, you know what I'm saying, you might end up over here with me. So I'm going to give you, I slid on my card. I got in there and dipped. It was the redemption story. I felt, and I'm sorry, young brother, if you see this right now, you probably old now. This was years back. If you see this, you see where my mind was? It was diluted. I was young. I was stupid. I was dirty. It wasn't in my 30s. It was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And like, I'm saying, in your 20s or 30s, which one is it, L? Would you say you had your shittiest jobs? Is it early or like the midlife?
Nah, man, my shittiest job was in my 20s. It was my early 20s too.
You ain't have the midlife shitty job?
Yeah, but the most shitty job was the 20s. I worked at a fucking sawmill, so.
Sawmill?
A sawmill, yeah.
What do you do there? Like, what is that?
This shit, wood.
Yo, dudes, brothers be making jobs up, don't they? He didn't want to just say he was unemployed.
No, it was a
He's
sawmill.
still trying to shine.
Yo, I used to go in there when I got
What
up.
is that?
So a sawmill is basically when they get trees and they cut them. You know, they make the 2x4s to make the houses and everything. So they get the trees down, and I used to go in there. When I go in there, it was dark. When I got off, it was fucking dark. So it was terrible.
I don't know, man. This man, L is mad Hollywood. Anybody have those business partners, man, who claim they went through tough times, but every time since the day when you met them, they've been rich since you've met them. He's one of them dudes. I don't believe.
I worked at a sawmill in Alabama too. It was hot as shit.
In the summer?
It was cold in the morning, hot as shit. That wood and wood chips hitting you in the face. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Terrible. I'm telling you, it was terrible. It was terrible.
See what I'm saying? On your drive to your future journey, man, you're gonna run through some nonsense. But I mean, that was probably the worst, quote unquote, of the jobs. But I made a lot of money at a young age, man. I can't hate on it.
I don't know. I think these young boys now, young boys are gonna say, a lot of money, shoveling shit or cleaning shit. I don't know. You know,
They'd rather get it in the street.
They get it in the street. That's I didn't want to say, but they might go get it in the street. Everybody, because you know, I heard. I'm not sure, but I heard garbage men make 6 figures.
Yeah, they make good money.
Yeah, so
they make good money.
I'll drive a garbage truck in a heartbeat. I wouldn't give a damn.
So he drive a garbage truck, but he basically he throwing shade. He said he wouldn't drive no shit truck. He won't pump no toilets.
Yeah,
but he throws some trash bags in the back. It's the same thing, bro. Dude, you got liquid coming out the bag. It's the same.
I can't stand to clean up this shit if my dog throw up. You talk about pumping some shit? No, I can't.
I had gloves on here.
Yeah,
he judging it. I had gloves on.
Ain't nothing you can do about your nose with that shit, bro. But listen,
this is gonna come back to harm you, man. I already know.
So go ahead. So after you crushed the young man's dreams, what was your next?
I got in the car and felt accomplished, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. God forgive me, but you put me in that position. I mean, what do you want me to do?
So
I needed something to lift my spirits, man.
So you said earlier you said the decisions that got you there. So what decision you think you made that got you there?
I mean, the decisions that got me there were just, a lack of a plan. I mean, I tell people all the time, and I'm constantly having to be reminded of this fact all the time. I don't care how many creds you have to your name, diplomas, certifications, no matter what your background is, if you don't have a plan, you will fail. Even if you have a business handed to you, nepotism. You know how many CEOs, future CEOs, are in the line to take over for their fathers or their mothers, and they step up and ruin everything that was built? I mean, because they don't have no plan. They didn't plan to be there, and they just expected. You can't just expect, and that's what I was doing. I was running around expecting. I thought I was going to just get it just because I wanted it. That's BS, man. I mean, and so everything I got in my 20s and 30s as far as career, I deserve. I mean, I've gotten fired on my off day. I volunteered to get fired. I had this one job, and I'm not going to say their names because I'm in tech now. And y'all not messing with us. Y'all call yourselves competition, but God put this in here. You
sure you ain't stealing from Friday? How you get fired on your day off?
I volunteered. Yo, it was a temp job. So you're temping. So you're trying to show them that you have a great work ethic so they can bring you on permanent. You know how it goes. Most temp jobs were dangling carrots. And especially in my 20s in Atlanta, and brothers getting them comments, like and subscribe, I forgot to say it, I'm going to say it again, but also getting them comments. Anybody from, the late 90s, early 2000s, I'm giving up my age, I don't care. Well, my age is on 40. But,
your show gives up your age.
I'm here trying to act, I'm mad young.
40
by nature.
20 by nature.
Yo, but I ain't 40. But anybody that worked those temp jobs in the early 2000s, brothers get in the comments. But gotta be honest, tell them how many of those temp jobs you got because the temp recruiter was feeling you. In the early 2000s, it was a pay to play, but it was like pay to work.
Well, we gonna see.
You would have the temp recruiting ladies would call. They'd be like, "I'm sorry, I don't have anything for you right now, but I'll keep you in mind." But they'll be flirting the whole time. Then you leave and you get that call at 9, 10 at night from an unknown number you don't know.
No, that might be you. I don't know that whole tip service.
It was like the tip lady.
Hey, so
you're like, who? She like, hey, and you like, oh, you got something for me? And she's like, maybe. What you doing tonight? You like, damn, I ain't gonna front. I sold my soul for a lot of temp jobs in the early 2000s, man.
You got a lot of show content. Hey, I got a question to ask you. I'm sure everybody gonna be wondering this. So the show is called 40 by Nature, right? What you gonna do when you hit 50?
Nifty 50, you know what I'm saying? 50 is nifty.
You gonna change it? You gonna change it to the nifty 50? Okay, I'm sure people gonna want to know that. But I'm sorry for interrupting. So you slut yourself out for the for the temp service.
I didn't say slut. I didn't slut, man. I just said I lent my services. He said slut.
You lent yourself. You said, dude, you slut yourself out for the temp. Like, yo, you give me the job. You give me the job for $10 an hour.
Whatever you need, shorty. I'm talking about massaging feet.
Right.
Yo, you know what? We'll go into all that another time. It's a sensitive subject, L. Let's try not to mention it.
We gotta get it. So the moral of the story.
The moral of the story is, first of all, you never know what you're gonna do for money. You
Right.
never know what you're gonna. Never say what you won't be willing to do to feed yourself, feed your family, and you never know what situations you're gonna be put in or opportunities that you're gonna be put in that you may not want. That may just be stepping stones for the next thing. But through that journey, it's all on how you interpret it. You know, like I said, the volunteer job I got fired for, I was just trying to do more work to get hired on. The manager at the time was like, hey, you know, he worked weekends, and he said, hey, I got tickets to a Braves game. I would really like to go. You know, I hear him on the phone in the break room. So he hangs up the phone. I said, it's my opportunity to shine. I said, hey, you know, I'll cover the phones for you on Saturday so you can go to the game. He said, really? That would be great. You know, if you get this right, we're really going to think about bringing you on. I'm like, yes. You know what I'm saying? He says, yo, no one ever calls on a Saturday. Phone never rings because you had to manage systems that could go down for hospitals. That's all I'll say. But the phone never rings. If it does, if there's an issue, just text me, call me. I'll call back. I'll connect. I'll handle it. That's all I need you to do is be a body that's just sitting here. I said, cool. How hard could it be? As soon as I get there, the phone rings. Like 2 hospital systems are down. At the time, I didn't know what to do. I'm blowing this man's phone up. He's not answering. Nothing. Voicemail. Long story short, I messed it up. I messed their systems up even worse, trying to troubleshoot it myself. That Monday, I get ready to come into work. I get a call from the temp agency. Are you at work already? No, don't go. I said, why not? They was like, the manager's gonna give you a call. I'm like, no, I'm working for you. Nah, the manager said he's gonna call you. He calls the phone, says, meet me at North Point Mall. I said, what? So I go to the mall, meet me in the food court. I walk up in the food court. As I'm walking up, you ever see somebody's silhouette and your reality just strikes you? You know, I walked up, I saw a silhouette of a man holding a box in the middle of the food court. And I walked up and he handed me my box and he said, I'm sorry, but one day, hopefully you'll find yourself in a position that I'm in to be able to make a call like this, but it was you or me. And I put in a lot more years and make a lot more money. I pray that you can understand my position one day. I stood there, and as he turned to walk away, he turned around real quick and said, would you like me to get you anything to eat? On me. In the food court? Like, what you talking about, $5 plate of orange chicken?
He would have
I just lost my job.
The temp service, you'll be back. You already got a rapport. I'm doing finger quotes for all the people that can't see me. You already got a rapport with the lady that you flooded yourself out to.
So now she's calling, yeah.
Yeah, then I would have got me something to eat. Some Chick-fil-A or something.
Hey, look, all people are beautiful. All women are beautiful, yo. But this lady was just not it. But anyway, and I had to do that to get that job, to lose it that way. So we got situations like that. Lose jobs you volunteer for. Then we have the ATL no-hitter. Oh, yes.
So I'm just saying, you know, the jobs, the temp service. So the pick up the shit job wasn't a temp service. That was permanent.
That was a permanent gig, but I quit that job literally.
So how would you rate the temp service job? How would you rate the temp service job on your scale of worst jobs ever? Was that a good job you wanted to keep? Did you think that was going to take you places?
I did, because it was like my entrance to IT. And that was, before everybody was in it, this was an opportunity to get in and get some real money early. Although I wasn't qualified at the time, you know what I mean? But I mean, I worked in nothing but temp jobs in my 20s, it seems. Like, that was the thing. You remember Ron Stein, Discover Staffing, Insight Global, all of those. Everybody did temping. Look at my shady ass, man, my salty ass. I'm trying to involve everybody in my nonsense. Everybody did it.
Everybody
you know what I'm saying?
did. Yeah,
but nah, the ATL no-hitter, we got that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? ATL no-hitter, really quick. What that was about was I basically got fired for not messing with my boss when she made a pass at me. She thought rubbed her butt on me and she thought I was gonna tell because I looked at her crazy because she caught me off guard. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she was banging. She was bad. Like, if she would have let me know she wanted me like that, I would have been with it. But she kind of brushed me or caught me off guard, so I looked at her crazy, and so she froze up and dipped out the break room.
All right, so check this out. Next week, so we talk about next week. ATL,
I'll give the rest of that. I'm gonna give them the rest of that
because
they're not ready for that right now, man.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to share it right now. I get a bit emotional when I think about how I used to play myself just to feed myself and feed my kid, man. But It is what it is.
That's
40
what's
by
up.
nature, baby.
Yep.
One. Hey, thanks for taking the time to check me out. I am Dr. Manhattan. Be sure to follow me when you get a chance on Instagram at I am Dr. Manhattan. Also, follow Facts Unfiltered Podcast on Instagram. Check us out on the network too, ldntv.online. Check out all the new content. YouTube, check me out, 40 by Nature channel. And 40 fam, till next time, I'm out.
Now she
40.
down for the rubber band. Thought he had a girlfriend. He ain't even have a girlfriend.